It's been a bit of a month for you, Phil, hasn't it?
It's not been my best month. Okay, I've had a rough month. I haven't been my best, and so I'm working on trying to fix that.
Do you have any regrets then about what's happened the past month then?
Oh, sure. I mean, I made a big mistake, and I wish I could take it back, but I can't. It wasn't a great moment, and I wish I could take it back, but there's not much I can do about it now other than to just try to be act a little better.
The American golfers always talk about how knowledgeable the British crowd is and respect that they've got for the British crowd. With that in mind, were you a bit worried that you might have to win them over again here this week and next week?
No, I don't know, but the thing about this is that throughout my career, 25 years, there have been a lot of times where I have had to be accountable for decisions I did not make. And the reason why this has actually been easier is, well, it was my own fault. Like, this was my own fault. And so the articles and the things that what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure. The backlash, that's where I'm looking for. The backlash is my own fault. So it's much easier to deal with than some of the times where I have not been involved in the decisions and had to deal with that.
Are you having to work harder now then, Phil, to try and get your reputation back up to what it was previously then?
Well, I maybe. I mean, if you want to focus on the worst moment in a 25-year career rather than, if that's, there've been 4 or 5 really bad moments, and it's easy to focus on those. But
it tends to be those though that tarnishes a career, doesn't it?
Sure, it could be, but again, it wasn't the greatest decision.
Do you think the backlash has been over the top?
Well, like I say, it's much easier for me to deal with it because it was my own fault rather than dealing with somebody else's decision. So, you have to be accountable for your stuff. I do a lot of dumb stuff, right? It's just, I remember, I had that rules deal at Greensbrier last week, right? Well, last year at Greensbrier, I picked up my ball in the middle of the fairway, marked it, and cleaned it. And I have these just moments where like in a cloud, if you will. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, or I'm just kind of going through the motions and not really aware at the moment. And so, and I've done that a bunch in my career. Like I've picked up the ball and marked it and cleaned it probably 4 or 5 times. After the first couple of days was lift, clean, in place, and then I kept doing it. So I just do stuff like that. It's just kind of the way my mind works.
But what's today? Are you grateful to the Scottish crowd for the welcome they gave you? Were you a bit nervous about what reception you might get?
I wasn't. I mean, when I came here to Carnoustie, was over at Carnoustie, the people were great, and I wasn't nervous. I didn't know that I should be, but I think most people realize, we all make mistakes, and that was certainly one of them.
Phil, one of the confusing things I think for people is that you said after the round of the US Open on Saturday that you thought about doing it a lot of times before, and that indicated that maybe it was premeditated what you did.
Well, not only
that it was deliberate.
Not only was I not great on the course, I was not great after the round either. So it was just not a great day, and it was my birthday. So I tend to do dumb stuff on my birthday too.
So where do you think the reaction came from? Your reaction, because you kind of almost went on the attack. You told people to toughen up.
Well, at the time, and it took me days to. I was pretty angry, and I'm not. The way I show anger is not the traditionally accepted way of, throwing clubs and berating the fans and marshals. I tend to be a little bit more passive aggressive in my actions, and that was kind of what I was doing.
Were you angry at the
USGA? There was just a bunch of stuff, but so I had to let that go. It took me a few days to kind of let it go.
Have you had to think about things, Phil, since the US Open, since last week, about maybe tuning in a little bit more to the rules and what's going on?
Like I said, I have mental lapses. Just it's been throughout my whole life. It's not like it's new, but that was just one of the worst ones.